kusima eli abali n'emitima egirumirirwa ekigambo okuyamba tokizanyisa abangi babeera n'obusobozi n'ekibalema okukola abamu bemulaba abanene mu nsi muno bwakunyumiza gyavudde ozikubamu ne zaaka abangi kwabo bafiirwako abazadde ku myaka emimpi ddala wamma tunuulira obulumi abalala basalawo n'okuddukira ku nguudo kubanga basigalawo okubayamba ababeesamba nammwe abayamba mumanyi okwefuula eri abo be muyambye ne mubasimbamu oluseke eriyo ne benda byabalaga okulumirirwa ne bajja ng'abayamba nga beenoonyeza byabwe kono na kuimsa zero nzize kwebazawo bankwite kusima eri abali n'emitima egirumirirwa ekigambo okuyamba tokizanyisa abangi babeera n'obusobozi n'ekibalema okukola abamu bemulaba abanene mu nsi muno bwakunyumiza gyavudde ozikubamu ne zaaka abangi kwabo bafiirwako abazadde ku myaka emimpi ddala wamma tunuulira obulumi abalala basalawo n'okuddukira ku nguudo kubanga basigalawo okubayamba ababeesamba nammwe abayamba mumanyi okwefuula eri abo be muyambye ne mubasimbamu oluseke eriyo ne benda byabalaga okulumirirwa ne bajja ng'abayamba nga beenoonyeza byabwe kono na kuimsa zero nzize kwebazawo bankwite kusima eri abali n'emitima egirumirirwa ekigambo okuyamba tokizanyisa abangi babeera n'obusobozi n'ekibalema okukola abamu bemulaba abanene mu nsi muno bwakunyumiza gyavudde ozikubamu ne zaaka abangi kwabo bafiirwako abazadde ku myaka emimpi ddala wamma tunuulira obulumi abalala basalawo n'okuddukira ku nguudo kubanga basigalawo okubayamba ababeesamba nammwe abayamba mumanyi okwefuula eri abo be muyambye ne mubasimbamu oluseke
Yes. Welcome to the African Reports, and this time around we're just going to hit the Diaspora Diaries. With me, I'm with a great man in the farmland, the man who comes from grass to grace. He has done wonders in his simplicity, a man who tries to hide his profile that is small, yet in reality is big with words of wisdom. With me is a man from way back in Uganda who made it happen, and then right now he is here in Denmark. But before we go ahead, I would prefer always to welcome my guests and let them profile themselves, and then we see how we're going to, roll with our show tonight. And for those who have just joined, it's African Reports, and just going to deal with the Diaspora Diaries, where we feel by the end of our show, you would have gotten something very positive, a takeaway that can be inspirational, that can also help you to do self-check on yourself. My name is AKA Smoggy, and welcome to the Diaspora Diaries on the African Reports. I love to welcome my guests by the names Dr.Aggrey, who's just going to say hello to us and at least let us know who exactly is. Yes, Doctor, you are welcome.
Good evening, Mr. John Remy Semogi.
Yes, brother.
Yeah, and
You're
good evening.
welcome.
Yeah,
It's been a long time ever since we met. I think we happened. I had never seen a doctor, grooving well. It was on the White Party where I
yeah,
witnessed that actually doctors really have life also. The dancing
yeah.
style was also quite paramount. But you're welcome. Just say hello to my viewers, and then at least we see how we're going to roll. Just say hello, and then profile yourself, and then we see the way forward.
Hello to the viewers on the Afroden, and good evening to everyone that is viewing us. Uh, First and foremost, I would like to say protocol observed to everyone present on this platform. Uh, my name is Dr. Tugmisirize Agre, and I'm a doctor by professional and a doctor who treats animals, not people. So I'm a vet doctor, not a personal doctor. And I have other names, as my host has said. I have more than 4 names, and each name was called to me by different kind of groups and different kind of people. So my other names are: I'm Chairman Agre, Copenhagen Connect.ug. I'm Muchigaman in Bulaya. I'm agri and agriculturalist. So in case you find these doctors in your TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook, just know this is always the same man. If you find Muchigaman in Bulaya, if you find Dr. Agre, if you find Chairman Agre Copenhagen Connect.ug, and if you find Agri and agriculturalist, those are my true names, and I own them as one person. And these names were called were given to me by people that loves me and like being with me, and I can't deny this name. So that's why I introduce myself using all these names. Yeah, thank you, my host.
Wow, it's quite interesting. That's from Dr. Agre. Yes, the man you see fully energetic. He seems to be tired. I think this is his time of evening from the farm, and then here he comes direct to our show. Yes, like I stated in my introduction, that from grass to grace, he's a man who is deep there in Kanungu, in Gwerere, I think Rukunjiri, that side, where he managed to make life, and then later he made ends meet here in Denmark. But his story is quite inspirational. That before he came to Denmark, he happened also to visit in Israel, and later he made it to come here in Denmark. But all this is still in the world of agriculture. we shall stick so much into animal husbandry, and then basically we shall stick so much into livestock. Agriculture is wide, an area which is really so wide. There's crop husbandry. There is also animal husbandry. We can go horticulture. We can go floriculture. We can go. I mean, there's a lot, but we shall go in his area of speciality, where at least is very good in dairy farming, and then piggery, and then also poultry, where at least is well equipped with some good information he can share. But before we go ahead, just a quick reminder that to the people in Denmark, please, just a reminder that this Saturday, the 25th, we shall be having the Independence celebration in Copenhagen, Denmark. It's free of charge, and then you don't need to pay anything. There's food, music, and everything is going to be free. So it's all about you coming elegant, and then you can always put on your tradition wear, or you can just be elegant, and then you come, you celebrate. Yes, interesting that people are already live, and you're welcome to the Diaspora Diaries. So, first things first, who is Mr. Aggrey? Dr. Aggrey.
Mr.
And
Aggrey.
can you roll us through where you came from Kanungu, and then how was your life like? I mean, in terms of education, did you specialize specifically in agriculture?
Yeah, so
The
I
floor is
will.
yours.
Thank you, Mr. Mogi, once again. Mogi,
Yeah.
John. I can make my life very short for guys to understand it. And we are
Mm,
here to share stories different. Like my story can be different from your story, but we should all keep in mind that we look for one destination. We are all
mm,
looking for how to be better, how to have a better standard of living, and how to have the best life. And this
mm,
is personal. So I say to guys who are going to get my stories, just get keywords. Maybe they can help you also to have your own jackpot, and we let life continue. So Aggrey was born in Rukunjiri district, not Kanungu. But
okay.
I'm related to Kanungu because my mother is born in Kanungu district and my dad
Oh.
is born in Rukunjiri district. So my home is Rukunjiri district, and both my parents are still alive. And actually, I would like to take this opportunity to send greetings to my beloved mother and beloved father who are back in Uganda, and all the family members that are alive right now. I like to wave to everyone that is really seeing me, and I thank them for putting me
Mhm.
into their hands and grooming me to be a person whom I am today.
Interesting.
So, Aggrey being born in Rukunjiri, I was born by the parents who are peasants. They never work for the government. And actually, even in not my parents only, but in my family, I don't think we have someone who is working for government, even a police officer. I never see someone from my family like he's in the government, working for the government. So
Mhm.
my parents were peasants, and they had a small farm of 15 cows. And my mother was a Irish potato grower, and my dad before, aside of these cows, my dad had the banana plantation whereby we used to make this we call it waraj, but in Uganda is mwenge bigere.
Mhm.
That kind of thing. I'm very very experienced in this, in making this. And
Yeah.
aside of agriculture, I think is something I have much skills too, because I grew up this doing this kind of thing in the village.
Mhm.
And so Aggrey grew up in the village, not in the Kampala. Many people found me in Kampala, and they would think like I have been in Kampala for decades and decades. But I grew up in the village, Rukunjiri district, and I studied my primary in the village, and joining Form 1 still in the village. So in Form 2, it was a blessing in disguise, whereby my dad and my mom had to quit each other. And when
Mhm.
my mom came to Kampala to look for business, we felt like mom has left us in the village, and we felt bad. You know, you young kids, after P7 vacation, you're in the village, you don't know what next. You have your young siblings, so it was a little bit challenging, that situation, because you see
Mm-hmm.
parents leaving each other, parting each other. And to be honest, that's where my story began. Because when my mom left, then that's how I started to be my person. Like, I do things on my own, wash clothes on my own, I make food for myself. And that's the life that made me to be to groom me, or to teach me the situation. And up today, I could reflect back to that time when my mom left, and I'm staying with my dad and my young siblings, and I'm peeling banana to cook, I'm making matoke, I'm doing this. So when I came abroad, it was the life I'm reflecting back when
Mm-hmm.
my mom left me alone. And also, you remember, here in diaspora, we are always alone in the house,
That's
not with
true.
your mother, not with your sister, not with your. So this is how my life started. And my mom coming to Kampala, she really worked hard and kept the focus. When I was in Form 1 in the village, I didn't know what could go on. You know, we are young boys. I have the grown up hair. I look like a really swag man. I was once a swag man those days. I was a swag man. And
Mhm.
when my mom came back to the village to check on us, like the kids she left behind,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
she phoned me like I'm a swag man, a swag boy. I have the damaged jeans, and the hair was afro. You can imagine a boy of Form 1, but I used to look like I'm the big man on the street.
Mm-hmm.
So from that day, my mom could not leave me in the village, and she moved me to Kampala. And this is how I entered Kampala in style. And it was my first time to be in Kampala when I'm in Form 2, and that was like I was 14 years, 15, because I studied when I'm very old.
Mm-hmm.
Because since childhood, I never liked to go to school. That was my character. And all the OBs and OGs I have from that level, I tell the truth, no one exceeded, because we all never like to go to school. It's only me that God did put in the hand and said, Aggrey, you continue. But we are the same character, a person who used to like cows by heart, because my dad could leave me in cows even on Christmas Day. And even when there is a party, I could keep looking after these cows. Even if I'm sick, even if I'm what, my dad could not hire someone to go behind these cows. And that's how I came in my mind, like I know much about cows at home, because I keep with them. If I help them when they are calving, when we go to milking, I'm with them. And
Mm-hmm.
I learn much about cows practically, not like in school. So from the village to Kampala, it was like a paradise for me. Remember, my mom left the village for almost 1.5 years without coming back, and we are the young boys in the village with our dad, and life was a little bit hard.
Yeah,
But
just
when,
clarity to the viewers. Kampala is the capital city of Uganda, so he's trying to relate that from the village to the capital city.
yeah,
He had really hit a jackpot.
yeah, it was a paradise for me, and it was like heaven, because you know your life in the village, and you didn't expect to be in Kampala, and you're living a miserable life because your mom left when you're still a small boy. And
Mm-hmm.
now suddenly, no phones, no what. My mom came back to the village, and of course we are crying. We want to go with you, but for her, when she saw me, how I was looking, she was like, "I can't leave you behind, my son. I'd rather go and sleep with you in the street in Kampala, the capital city of Uganda." So reaching Kampala, it was a little bit hard to join Kampala schools, because my language was not really good. In the village, we study in the local language, the Luchiga language. And coming to Kampala, I joined Moyenga High School, and my character, my behavior was totally different. Just within one term, they write me a letter to take to my mother and they say, please, we are sorry, we can't manage your son in this school. That was Mayenga High School. In Form 2, they couldn't go with me anymore because I don't speak good English. I don't
Mhm.
neither speak Luganda. So, and I'm very, very hard to have that discipline. I can't listen to what they are telling me. I like to do my own style. For example, they tell us come with the shorts at school, not trousers. But my former school, we put trousers. Then this was a big fight between me and the sports teachers, and life became out of hand, and they expelled me from school. So it
So
was
where do you go for your senior six then?
so after being expelled from this Mayanga High School, only one term. There was a neighboring school called Ebenezer Secondary. Ebenezer schools, actually, if you people around Kampala knows Kisugu Chiburi, I'm a
Mhm.
very, very good OB of Ebenezer schools. And I'm known there actually. I send my greetings to the people of Ebenezer. I know the staff is watching me because Aggrey, I'm always a seed. Where I go, I have to leave a map. And I'm always known not because of the size or the color, but my character always shapes me to be known by many people around me. And so I joined the Ebenezer Secondary School, and that was Form 2, Term 2. And so life was a little bit okay because I reached in Kampala, I was having that excitement of the city, and life
Mhm.
became challenging in the first school, but in the second school then I tended to keep a little bit quiet because in the other school I fought and I did everything. Now I was learning from my mistakes.
Mr.
And
Agri, I'm seeing you in schools. Relate
yeah,
me now to the subjects you're doing. I want us to align it with agriculture. In your life, in
so
subjects, are we
so
seeing agriculture also as a
yeah,
subject?
yeah, agriculture, it began from the time I was in my dad's farm in the coffee plantation. But surprisingly, when I came to these schools, they were
Mm.
teaching very hard subjects, for example, those mathematics and what. But when I went in the papers, like in senior two,
Mm.
I had my friends we sit with, but agriculture, to be honest, I had 92, and the rest of papers, nothing. I had above 40. So the agriculture paper they gave me, I could relate the knowledge from the farm in my home village. Then
Mm.
I transferred it to the paper in class, and that's how I got a 92. But the rest of this physics and math and biology, I was below 40. In simple terms, it is below average. So in Kampala, there is no agriculture. And I
Mm.
joined these schools. I had friends in Form 3, whereby you need to choose the subjects now. So subjects, I took agriculture for 1 week, and we have a lot of coupling, but in Sarah E class there is someone I'm looking. So I left agriculture, went to Sarah E. Reaching in Sarah E, the teacher was not good. She used to overlook me when I have my small girl around, and I quit. I, I decided to to quit the class and come back to agriculture where the teacher is calm. You see how the blessing always look for you. I quit agriculture. On my cover of the book, I wrote Sarah E. I went to Sarah E, and the teacher was harsh. I come back to agriculture.
Dr. Agri, in your submission while we're in Stockholm in Sweden, I didn't see you featuring in any university. What I saw you into an agriculture institutions.
Yeah,
Can you
but
try to? Hmm.
I want to show you how agriculture came in. So
Mhm.
from Form 4, we did really agriculture and we passed very well. We are like 50 students of agriculture, and still senior 5 and senior 6. I was
Hmm.
in the same school, Ebenezer School, and I come only one student who like to study agriculture in the whole school. And then the staff and administrators sent me to bring the parent. They say we can't pay the salary to the teacher to teach only your son. So your son must study other things, not agriculture. It was a really big war, and I have friends mocking me to leave agriculture because they used to tell me in Kampala they don't study farming, they study other businesses like IT, blah blah blah, but not agriculture. But to be honest, I kept much like with the teachers. I'm like, I'm not changing, and I'm not changing school because I have the right to do this subject. But I had to make in this subject. I was doing mathematics, economics, agriculture. So I was on my own doing agriculture in Form 5. In Form 6, I had to con some members from other subjects like who are not doing well come to my class. It's good here. I'm passing very well. So I con these members from this level of combination to join my class, and we became 4 members. And those 4 members I conned. Today I also managed to bring them to Denmark because they listened to my advice of agriculture. And I remember in my words, I used to tell them agriculture is a shortcut to success. Agriculture is the key to success. And I think by today they can prophesize about it. I was once a prophet in agriculture way. And when we did Form 6, I only passed agriculture with distinctions and economics in my combinations, but agriculture was the best performed. And of course, I could not join Makerere because of the cutoff points they wanted. And I just went to my parents. I told them, I think books is not my thing. I don't think to go anymore. I'm a good businessman, and before in Kampala, I was always riding the border border. I'm a good man in border border. I'm a cyclist. I know every stage in Kampala, and I'm popular. When you talk of my name, Aggrey, not a doctor, around Kampala, they will tell you Aggrey border. So that was my formerly the name known that I could run from school, go to ride the border outside school. And after Form 6, I feel like all my friends are going to Makerere, they are going to Chambogo, they are going to other big universities in Uganda. But because of my small marks I passed on agriculture. It could not take me to Makerere. And now this is the moment whereby I had never seen in life, because I was mocked. After high school, you have these small groups whereby you really have friends around, and they ask you, which university are you joining? And you don't have a university you can present to them. You just say, I'm still home. I'm still thinking which one I can go. But you know the truth that you're going nowhere. And my friend mocked me until I exited the group and I kept a private life. So I had to look for a school of agriculture that can take me. And that's the time I went to Bukalasa. It was too late. They told me no vacancies for you. So Bukalasa is an agricultural college which is very good in Uganda, and it's really doing a good job up to date. But
actually, I have an experience with the Bukalas Agriculture College. My parents once worked in there as lecturers in the Bukalas Agriculture College.
Yeah.
As per now, it's I think it's narrow for now.
Yeah. Yeah. No, it's still Bukalasa, but have a branch of Narrow.
Of Narrow, yeah.
Yeah.
But it's really a cocktail when it comes to agriculture, because it has everything connected to actually not only sports for the students, not only
all
they have
agriculture technologies and mechanization,
mechanization, and then agribusiness, a lot actually.
Yeah. So from Bukalasa, they told me, Mr. Aggrey, we are sorry, we don't have any vacancies for you. I said, these people are lying, because I know Uganda is our Kintugani. So I went home. I carried my mother. We carried 2 million Ugandan shilling from Kampala. We drove to Bukalasa again. we enter the office. We look at the man, and the man could not open his eyes to me. So I went home and I said, I think I told you books is not my thing. Allow me do my cycling work because I'm a good border cyclist. And my mother didn't like it, but me, I could do it outside. Like it's a side hustle my mother doesn't know.
Mm-hmm.
So I could do time when the guys are going to watch Manchester Arsenal. These guys of border like it so much. So me, I come, I say, Francis, help me with your Bajaj. I'm going to pass around and bring you something, and I also have a balance. So it was, I never liked to go at school. So from there, I went back now to my home district. I say, if Western
But
Uganda
in
is
Bukolas, write me well. Did you get a certificate or it was a diploma? Because they really
no,
they
they,
stop on
they
diploma.
they denied me a chance to study in Bukarasa with this 2 million. They are not corrupt, they are not bribed. So I had to come back home, sit, and quit. Like I quit like studying, and my guys, my friends joined the campus, Makerere, what. So I was a little bit on the street. Then when I asked people in my Western Uganda, that is Mbarara,
Mm-hmm.
I asked, but is Bukarasa the only agricultural college in Uganda? I was trying to make research, and someone told me there is a
Actually,
school
there are
in,
many colleges. Yeah.
yeah, but
There's
most of us, most Ugandans,
Arapai, there is Arapai. Actually, there are many. Mm.
yeah, it's true, but most of us we really don't know those agriculture institutions and what they do to people. And actually, I encourage more parents who are watching me today. Let's not focus to go to universities. It's not always like if someone doesn't go to the university, he or she will win. These
Mm-hmm.
colleges are there to give you the right discipline and right principles. So I want to show you how my life started now. When I went to Mbarara, I found an agricultural college known as Gwentanga Agricultural College. It's located in Mbarara. It is not in much in names, in brands, but it's very, very good and doing well. And
Mm-hmm.
this agricultural college welcomed me well with my marks that I passed on agriculture. And they told me, Mr. Aggrey, we are giving you an admission of a diploma in animal production and management. And after you finish this diploma, you're going to be a paravet. A paravet means you're an assistant veterinary officer. So you can do a job which a vet can do, but not like a vet. You're not a vet, but you're a paravet.
Okay. Okay.
So truly, I had to go to this agricultural college in Rentanga, and everything that I used to dream in agriculture, I found it there because in my requirement I was told to bring a hoe and gumboots and overall. So I was like, yeah, I think I'm back to the village because these people in Kampala have been mocking me that I'm studying agriculture to take me where. I have a friend, I think he's here watching me and he's in Denmark here.
Yeah.
I send greetings to you, Mr. Matthias. I think he knows me better because he used to mock me much. Because he told me, in Uganda, the only universities is Chambogo and Makerere, and he was going to Chambogo because he passed very well and he has the admission. So when I told him,
Actually, Matthias is already online. I would just love to appreciate people who are online. Matthias has said he will tell the story at least maybe one day. And there are very many people who are trying to inquire for the girl that sabotaged you. And online, actually, really do appreciate. There's one saying that I am a British seeking. A big, strong Ugandan man. Hey, okay, this is not the right show. And then there's one saying I'm a Ugandan, and is this normal to have a relationship with your cousin? Okay, I think you're on the wrong forum. Then we're having someone who say it's Nwa- Nwanda. Nwanda. Yeah, she's saying that I want to know. Okay, people really want to know that girl. I think it was so magical to them. It's we're looking at inspiration things, and people are really bringing. Okay,
yeah,
that's
the girl
something.
was in high school and the girl made
Uh,
me leave Sarah E back to agriculture. And the girl, she was called Okafor and we never talk again.
that
So,
girl, wherever she's greetings from this side. But then also we
yeah.
have Sengonzi Rocky saying that we can't the Danish farms teach us. I think we shall come to that segment, Mr. Sengonzi. But thank you for contributing. And then we have actually very many people live, and they're saying, "Our chairman, yes, yes, you can commence." So you're in the agriculture college right now.
Yeah, so I go in the agriculture college, and they welcomed me very well. And to be honest, every friend I had in high school, when they used to ask me, "So which university did you go?" I could say, "I'm in Bara University." They say, "But how did you go there with your marks?" Because at that level, you have to lie so that you can fit in the society.
Yeah, true.
If you don't lie in this young age, the society will throw you somewhere. So I had to say, "I'm in Mbarara University." How did Aggrey join? I say, "Me, I joined, but I'm in the other University of Agriculture, and the things I used to do are different." So, Mr. John, in
Yeah.
my university, the first week, miracles started happening. When I got the admission, I went at school. I met someone in the first week. We are all new in the same class, doing the same course, sitting together, and we are copying each other. When the lecture was giving us the spellings, she wasn't good, then I could help her, and that's how we really connected to each other. And today, this person I joined the university with, we did the course together. I have her here on my right hand, and this
Is
is
it?
my wife. So
Wow.
she can maybe wave to the viewers, and
Wow.
we
What a
continue with
great
the story. So this one,
Okay.
in the agricultural college where people
Mm.
mocked me, I met this person, and she's the mother of one daughter called Aggrey, and we send our greetings to our daughter Aggrey.
So basically, when you went to the agriculture college, you hit, uh, you know, two birds with
It was
one
a
stone.
jackpot. It was a jackpot, like I went in Kampala for the first time.
What
So
a blessing.
and so she's the mother of my daughter, and she's my wife, and we are all agriculturalists. We are all
Interesting.
doctors, and we
What a
really
family.
move agriculturally in our family. And
Wow.
that's why we are in Denmark today, and we are all treating animals very well. So if you find me not present in my office, then you'll meet her, and she will still inject your animals and treat your animals very good. So
Interesting. Our regards to the also the kid and the baby, and I don't know whether she's a baby, he or she, but
she
it's
is
what a story.
she is a she, and she is the mother. So we wish all the best to this doctor and her daughter. Bye bye. Thank you.
What a story.
So she is a mother of my daughter
Hmm.
called Dr. Daphne Aine.
Right. Yeah.
She's also from Mbarara, born in Guampara. And in this first week, we met with her. And how school boys who are here who are not yet to marry, never joke with someone around you who is the woman, because you might end up going where you didn't expect.
That's
So we
true.
met like jokingly, coupling around, and today we are together.
I
So
think you might be the one who was joking, but most cases women are serious. Once they trigger something interesting, they always stick.
it's true. I don't know how it happens, but I always put God first.
Interesting. Yeah.
And in my dreams, I used to like a wife who is an agriculturalist too, and we can all travel through the agriculture line, and I have her today. So we kept together in school, helped each other. And school, to be honest, it was not bad because I find the course very easy, because I have been in Kampala dealing with motorcycles, repairing those old motorcycles. So I knew engine and I knew agriculture mechanization. And again, I was grown up in the village, in the soil, in the coffee, in the banana, in the cows. So I find the course very easy. So in this due course, I had to study diploma for 2 years. But to be honest, in the second year, first semester, they came a program saying they are taking people in Israel who are doing agriculture and they are continuing students. And we passed through a lot of military skills, and people really, again, it was a hard moment for me because
Mr. Dr. Aggrey, take us slow. How do you join? Does it require you to go into the military as you're joining agriculture in Israel?
yes, going to Israel is like going into war or going into military. Like you see SFC in Entebbe, you find all military surrounding you. This is
Were you going to
Israel.
fight? Were you going to fight the cows or what?
No, in Israel, the life we found there, actually, they took us in this military training unknowingly, and we used to say maybe they hate us or they are making us suffer for nothing. And we didn't expect life like it will be like that when we reach in Israel. But to be honest, the training, when we got in Israel, then the training was more important that we did, because if we didn't do it, then we could have died in Israel.
Wow.
But we really faced a lot of challenges in training. Like it was a military training whereby you'll do all the
Military drills. Yeah.
military drills, and people are fighting to reduce my stomach, which I was born with. It's like someone telling you reduce the size of your nose, but you're born with this big nose, and then someone is telling you within 2 months you need to remove this nose to look like one side. So I was born with a big stomach, and people are really on my stomach. They are hard on me. They are like, you need to reduce it. And I had 92 kilo. They want me to be 70 kilo. They say in this plane you don't go in when you're above 70. So I think Agri was an example to others that were in training. And to be honest, I was told before I went for training by the administrators that I think this thing for Israel is not for you, because the military training they do and your physicality or the physical structure, how you look, you'll die on the training before you get to Israel. So again, I was mocked totally. Your parents don't support you to go, your teachers or your administrators don't support you to go, but you are the person, you stand to go. Even this friend I have here, I was with him in every program. He said, no, Agree, I don't understand you. For us, our parents told us we need to first study and finish, then we look for money. So you see, taking a decision whereby neither of your friends nor your girlfriend nor your wife says take it, but neither of them knew what I was going to get from Israel or knew what is Israel.
Oh, true.
Even me, the person who liked to go to Israel, I didn't know what is Israel. I just wanted to go with the word that we go to Israel.
Interesting.
So it was really a very, very hard moment for me, because, going from these schools to Israel, you need a technical know a little bit. You'll find people from known families, people with money, but just you've come as Aggrey, even you don't have a parent behind you, no one technical know who, so you have to feel the scratch like yourself. And then we people who came like this, of course, in Israel, we had farms that are different. Some are paying much money, some are having heavy jobs, some are very, very, working in a citrus farm or a fruit farm, and a vegetable farm is different from working in a dairy farm or a mushroom farm. But me, I just came to these people, I tell them, me, I manage every farm that is there. Because I didn't have choice. You say a beggar has no choice. And to be honest, I just threw my name inside the box, and guys gave me a file, and they chose me. Like, they chose two of us most energetic men in that team. They are like, you're going for a vegetable farm. after making us pass through this hot fire, because I remember they made us like on the last day of interview, it was making 20 push-ups and someone is having the chiboko. What is chiboko? The cane.
Yeah, Keynes, yeah.
Yeah, and then they tell you go down, make 20. If you fail, go this side. If you pass, go this side. But to be honest, I made 22. And everyone started clapping from there, and people who were mocking me, the story changed. Because I have passed the last interview to go to Israel. And no one could believe, all my OGs, everyone could say I'm not going to go because of my stomach. But I did it, and they just saw my selfies on the airport going to Israel, and that was the most happiest moment in life I ever received, being at Entebbe International Airport, going to Israel in COVID-19 2020.
Briefly, ride us through the challenges you encountered when you're in Israel.
Yeah, the challenges I got when I was in Israel. Number one challenge, it was the working condition. I went in a vegetable farm whereby they took me like on special mission, like special forces. In this vegetable farm, I was taken like a manual tractor or a robot. Yeah, because I look very strong with a big muscular body. So when the farmer received my photo before I reached in Israel and say, oh, this one is gonna work in this kind of field now. So I faced a challenge that I was working really alone and doing a heavy job in a vegetable farm. Some days I could sleep on the hoe. To me, to my understanding, I knew like going abroad, you can never hold a hand hoe. And from my experience, when I reached in Israel, I first used for a hand hoe for first 2 months without stopping from morning up to evening in the night until the sun goes.
Wow.
So it was a hand hoe, like weeding in cabbages and carrots and onions. And if you're not using the hand hoe, then you're using your fingers to plant the seeds in the soil. So it's always the law, and you need to use your fingers to plant these seeds of cabbages.
Isn't there anything connected to mechanization when it comes in agriculture in
It's
Israel?
true. It's a mechanization, but some farms in Israel, they are organic farms and
Okay.
non-organic farms. So if you meet an organic farm, this is a farm whereby they have a lot of greenhouses, and what they grow is really organically. And in most cases, when you want to do organic things, you don't focus much on mechanization. Mechanization is like modern agriculture. We use modern systems, modern sprayers, and that is not organic. So I was in an organic farm whereby I'm using my hands to plant garlic, petrozelia, and also in harvesting, you need to use a knife because, like vegetable, for example, onion leaves, you cannot harvest them using a tractor. It's the knife. The cabbages, you can't harvest it using a tractor. They will get spoiled. They're like salads. They need to keep fresh and smart and clean. So your hands needs to be much in these vegetables than the tractor. And of course, I worked in this farm for 4 months. And because I had my favor, the truth is going to Israel was favor. Because my family denied me, my friends denied me, but I made my own decision. Because my family were saying on Monday you have exams that you're going to be finishing your diploma in agriculture. And again, the same Monday, I have the flight going to Israel. So the money I used to go to Israel was the money I had, like me in COVID-19. In my school, we used to have small places where you can keep your own project as an agriculturalist to prove yourself if you can do it after school. So I had 200 broilers that I had kept with me, and I was selling broilers around Barara on my motorcycle. I used to rent a motorcycle and go calling chicken, and coco around
Mm.
Barara city during COVID. So I had some kamani with me to pay for this process. So like in Israel, it was a little bit hard, but just because I told you my life changed, and people whom I left in my school couldn't believe, because neither of us could go on a good farm because of lack of network and connection.
Still in Israel, you were like an intern.
Yeah, I go for internship. It was 1 year internship,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
but a paid internship, and also study. You work, and in the week you have days you need to be in the school to study. So in Israel, I achieved a diploma in advanced agriculture.
Interesting. Yeah. Mm.
Yeah, and this diploma is more like applicable agriculture. Agriculture, like you use it, they feed it in your brain and in your hands. You don't need to write much, but it's a diploma
Mm.
in advanced applicable agriculture. So this thing of crop, most people here who are farmers just know I'm not an agriculturalist with pigs and cows and hens, but I also know this agriculture of greenhouse and irrigation, and
Mm.
like banana, the yellow bananas which we
Oh,
used
yeah,
to grow
yeah.
in Israel, and then how we can handle vegetables post harvest. So I'm all like oriented in this because I worked in the vegetable farm.
Yes,
And
Mr. Aggrey, Dr. Aggrey, given the challenges where you encountered, is there any way we could see a lot you might have achieved also when it comes to Israel? Because we can't say,
yeah,
yes, it was hard work, it was more of organic, kind of practice. But what of the other positive side of it? What did you achieve from Israel that could be a takeaway back home to Uganda?
I think if we speak of the wait for the challenges Israel I faced, working conditions were very harsh and bad. The weather was very bad, and the war, it was the big problem, because the war was much, and we are not used to wars, and everyone has gun around him, but I don't have a gun. So it was a big challenge around we. However much we
Mhm.
did military training, but the war came when we are there, and that's the day I requested God, I wish you can let me go back to Uganda. I will never fly again. So
Where is our wife in the picture here?
my wife,
Just on
af-
communication.
after going to Israel, my wife finished her diploma in agriculture, and she actually got a job in Kampala, Gayaza. There's a farm called Guide Leisure Farm,
Mhm.
dealing with piggery and poultry. So she got a job and she was employed there, and the method of communication kept on. And we didn't have a daughter, and neither our parents didn't know that we are serious, because you know this thing of coupling, girlfriend, boyfriend. But she decided to keep in touch with me because the holding other factors constant in Israel. But I was rich. I had some money which I didn't expect it to be having at my young age. Because you spoke of bad things we met in Israel. Now I can
Mm.
speak of good things I got from Israel.
Mhm.
Good things I got from Israel, number one was skills and the technology, because I got skills in milking cows and treating cows, working in modern dairy farms. After 4 months, I left this vegetable farm, then I joined to a dairy farm.
Okay,
And this
okay.
dairy farm taught me things like I never expected to find in life, like tractors, using modern machines,
Mhm, mhm.
those kind of things. And then I got money, huge money. The money I got in Israel in 1 year, I have not worked in this money in Denmark for 3 years.
Serious?
The money I worked in Israel in 1 year, I have not worked this money in Denmark for 3 years. I finished in Denmark. So it's most like Israel was better to Denmark in income, in money. But
Mhm.
getting money in harsh conditions, without good life, without time to rest, but money was there. So the most thing I can say, like I got much money in Israel than I'm getting in Denmark.
Okay.
Yeah, and those are the good things I had in Israel. And so,
Well, still again to the viewers, we thank you. This is African Reports, and then we're just looking into the Diaspora Diaries. And our center focus today, we're just looking at the life on the Danish livestock farm as an immigrant. And our guest is Dr. Aggrey. And we just hit a little bit of the background. I think we shall be coming back into another segment where we shall dig into details because he's man of wonders that any sector he tries to hit on has a lot of mysteries to unleash. But Mr. Agri, in the interest of time, I want us to cross to your journey to Denmark. How do we see you coming to Denmark and end up into the livestock farms here in Denmark?
so Mr. John, like how I'm concluding with the
Mm,
journey in Israel to Denmark,
mm,
it's through network and loving people you left behind you. So, like friends who are watching me, you need to know if you leave your friend a step, always remember to check on him, how he or she is. Maybe if you've been friends and I get more money, don't
mm,
forget the people because you've got more money or you're on a next level, but keep
mm,
coming behind to see if your friends how they are doing, because every friend, whether poor or good, will always lead you to your destination. So I left Israel, but to be honest, I never wanted to leave because money was still sweet. My bosses love me, they want to retain me, but the people who brought me to Israel, they said no. It's time you signed 1 year, you need to go home by law. And I regretted. Why God, I can't have 1 more year. But if God says no, sometimes always accept. I felt like I'm finished. I don't want to
mm,
go home, but I feel. hmm? So it was a hard situation, but I went home and I didn't think of Denmark like before planning to go home. But when I was coming home, after like now plan A failed. So I went to
mm,
plan B and I got the plane to Uganda. Of course, in Uganda, I always move with like four plans. I had a plan to go back to school to finish my diploma in animal health and production. I need to look for a job. I need to start up a business and I need to go to Denmark because there are people I live in Uganda during the time of going to Denmark.
oh,
They had
sure, yeah.
failed training. I think
Mm,
one of them is here, Chobe Tone and Kinamra Andrew. They are here.
oh,
So
yeah, yeah.
they failed to go, but me, I got a chance to go. But they were in this thing of coming to Denmark. And when I came to Uganda on 28th of November, then 29th of November, I was in the company to bring me to Denmark because of connection. It's just was 1 day from plane, and then next day I'm in the process of Denmark because they told me there is agriculture and I feel I've been in the farms. I'm not satisfied already. And life became a little bit hard there. I'm in the process of Denmark. Then,
Mm.
when my wife met me from Entebbe airport, she was a girlfriend. But from the time I came from Israel, I'm in summer. The wife was dressed and I look big. I'm smelling very expensive perfume. It's she just made her hat from the airport. So you young boys who left Uganda with those simple girlfriends, when you go back home, they will be tight on you. You will say, "Oh, but I thought we're still girlfriends." So she came to welcome me from the airport, and I waited for the weekend to end. I thought she's going back to work. She told me, if you want to work, you go and work on also the job. I've given it to you. Me, I don't go anywhere. And that's the day I started staying with now my wife officially. It's so she's here, she can testify. So
Mm.
from there, I didn't have like, what can I start with? What can I do? I have to go to school. She finished study. She don't want to go back. So as a flexible man, I started up a small business chakara in Uganda called Aggrey retail shop with I had this waraj, the waraj I used to make in the village. Now I was selling it in Kampala, and my brand name changed to Agri Waraj. If you reach in Kampala, everywhere they will tell you Agri Waraj because it's the brand name that is trending. And my people, I send greetings to you. So I have those people of mine, and we really made a good business out of them. And I thank them. I always sent greetings to them, and I love you so much, my customers. When I come back, we start again. So through this process, I made the brand name Agrewaraj. My wife started the chakara business, and I went to school to finish the diploma in Barara. So from Barara, I'm processing also the papers to Denmark. With these friends I found, they were in the process. But you know, when you're a flexible man, when I got to the offices and I know how to approach people, I think my contract came like in 1 month, 2 months when I joined that office, because I know how to make people go for a very heavy lunch, and we became very good friends. And they saw like I'm physically looking like a person with money, but however much I don't have enough money, but physically physically I look money. And these guys gave me a contract very fast to Denmark, even before the people who took me there. And I got a contract, a working contract to be in Denmark. Still my family came in. You have a wife, you have a home, you have a car, you have a business. Why are you going to Denmark? It was a very, very hard question to answer. Remember, in Israel, they didn't want. Still,
Yeah.
Denmark, they have come in now in another level. But I went in Israel when they don't want, but when I came from Israel, they wanted now to be closer to me because I had money, I had really money. In Israel, we are being paid 9 million to from 7 million to 10 million. So it was really not bad money after taxes and everything, accommodation. So I came from Israel when I'm heavy. And remember, from school, you have nothing, from cyclist. Then you go to Israel, you come back to Uganda with 70 million in 1 year. Life was a little bit different. Totally different, because my dream when I'm going to Israel was 20 million. But coming from Israel, then my dream was times 4. It was a jackpot. So I had my wife when I received a contract to Denmark.
Your contract was a working contract, or it was still aligned with internship as a student?
I think to be honest with Ugandans, coming to these countries as a worker is a little bit not easy. I come as an internship student again, and life we do in Uganda to be here, sometimes you need to sacrifice yourself. Sacrifice yourself for what you want, and the rest will be history. So I came from Israel first 28, 29. I'm in the company to bring me, and they told me, but to be honest, your passport shows a visa for Israel, and if you go into like you again show you're a continuing student, it will be mess. So what do you do as a person? You have to accept, and maybe you take your passport in fire and say, now my passport was stolen, to get a new passport. That is personal life, to find how to maneuver. So immediately my passport was stolen up today. I don't know where it is, and I had to go and look for a new passport so that I can be again a continuing student of Denmark in agriculture. I'm telling my brothers who are there, some documents you need to sacrifice them to get what you need. So I had to sacrifice the Israel stuff, but that one we leave it because we have many people here, so I don't like to go much detail. For coming here, it was when I get this, My wife is pregnant. Of course, you know that excitement of summer from abroad. You've been there for a year without seeing anything. Now you you come home. So my wife was
You did a
pregnant,
great job, basically.
soon giving birth like in 2 months, and I got a visa. But
Ah,
good thing I had finished school in that period when I was running business. Then I was in school,
okay,
and
okay.
so I finished school. My wife is pregnant, so I never went to their parents. I'm just in Kampala with her. So you see, life was a little bit. But for the parents' issue, you see, we are men, we get how to handle. And I had to leave family, a wife alone in the house who's pregnant to give birth in 2 months. I had to leave my car in the compound parked and my house and my dogs. So I surrender and I sacrifice once again. I say, let me go to Denmark. When life fails, don't sell anything of mine, neither a car, neither what. I'm coming back home in the morning when I find things are like those ones of Israel. And to be honest, I came to Denmark.
Mm,
That was 2022 November, and came to Neuland, Olbo. I met the very, very good people. Mr. Gawa, I send greetings to you and my people of Olbo. I met a very good family from Uganda, like Ugandan families that are in
mm.
Olbo. And we made a group, a Ugandan group also called Biak. And in that group, I wave to you, my people. Thank you for calling me the chairman in Orbo. In Orbo, I'm also chairman. So
Mm.
they hosted me very good. I forget all the properties I left in Uganda. And I
Wow.
called my mom. I told her, you know what? Everything of mine you can finish because I can't
Mm.
come back now. And now I worked here for at least a year, and I enjoyed life. But only one thing that was different from here is weather. Weather was a little bit challenging.
Which period did you come when you came to Denmark?
I came November 2022.
Okay.
Yeah,
When
so
you're
I
heading to
found
winter, yeah. Mm.
yeah, I found snow, and it was really challenging. And I'm moving from home to the work. It was like 7 kilometer on foot, 7 to 6. It was a little bit not easy, but as a Mchigaman in Uraya, I just hustled. And yeah, some things, it's not like life has just come on the straight line up to where I am today, but you
Mm.
need to learn how to sacrifice.
That's true,
If
yeah.
you don't sacrifice, then you cannot eat the bread on a silver plate.
That's true. Mm.
And sacrificing is not only in Uganda, even in diaspora farms, even at work, even in Israel, you have to sacrifice some moments
That's true.
for you to have a better tomorrow. And to be honest, I sacrificed at every moment when I was in that farm, and it was a good farm. And I send greetings to my bosses. They might be here watching me. Bo Kipsdale, I salute you, and Jens Kipsdale. They hosted me very good, and they groomed me. They groomed me very well. So during my internship,
Yeah.
remember, I had left a wife who is going to give birth, and she gave birth, and I have a daughter whom I don't know, and also she doesn't know me. For now, yeah, I'm here, and and so I decided to go for a holiday for 1 month. And
Mm.
in this 1 month holiday, I have to meet again my wife, who met me from Israel the other time as a girlfriend. Now she meets me with a child, a daughter. So this daughter, she doesn't know even the dad. I think this is a big challenge with we summers when we go back home and our families are there. You
Mm.
find your children don't recognize that you're the father, and even when you go in bed, she will start crying the whole night. So it was challenging. But when I went there, I had to put a sign of now like paying bride price to my wife because she had given me a gift of a child, and now I say I think it's time for me to for parents to know each other and everything. So I did all this, And I made a very, very big party of like 300 people to their home. And I took the cows like in a Bachiga culture or the Wanyankole
Mm.
culture.
Yeah, yeah,
And
yeah.
and they gave me the wife in full swing, like, this is your wife, take her, you're allowed to do everything with her. And all the boys that escorted me to this party, they were
Yeah.
among 12, 15 boys. The best man, the best friend, the other crews, my cousin brothers. I think they are all in Denmark, and I salute you, my boys. So when we went for the party, I told them this is how the Danish guys do. But I was just bragging. But after there, they had to ask me, how can I be in Denmark?
Oh, true.
And these boys, I had to advise them how to be in Denmark, and I'm very happy that they are here. So I went and did all this, and the vacation finished. I left my wife and came back to Denmark now for the new
Mm.
chapter. Coming to my boss, and of course, I was having 18 months. Now I have gone for one and some 2 months. So I was remaining with 4 months for my contract to finish, and I have no what
And that's
next.
we're talking about now the intern contract.
Yeah, the internship contract is soon ending after the holiday.
Oh, okay. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, so it's like 4 months for my intern contract to finish. And my boss told me, due to the economy of my farm, economic
Mm.
capacity, and the government law or the Danish law, the
Policies. Yeah.
income, yeah, the Danish law policies about the salary, the income we earn from our farm, we can't employ you as a standard worker of Denmark. So we are very happy that you worked for us. We are going to give you a very good recommendation, and we wish you the best future in agriculture. Oh my God, it was like they have again come to the wound which I
Ah, yeah,
faced in Israel. So remember, in Israel, I wanted to stay, and they disappointed me on the last hour. Go home. So
yeah, yeah.
also here, I come here, I left everything of mine, I sold the business, and they are telling me no job for you. And I think people watching me today, this is the moment, even as I talk now, we have people in this kind of situation. And I request you, my boys and girls, stay calm. Life never ends until you die. So I was dead but alive when I received that message from my boss.
Yeah.
Remember, after holiday, you, as the summer, you've spent fully to your capacity.
True. Yeah.
Yeah, now you come here, even you don't have some money to go into the shop netto to have some bread. So, and they are telling you no more job for you. But due to network and everything, like attached people, I went on Facebook. There are pages here. You can post if you have a good recommendation for a job in a farm. Then
Yeah.
you will
Yeah.
get a farmer who have the capacity to employ you.
Accommodate you.
Yeah. And finally, I had to find this farmer who contacted me. Just days remaining to go home, only like 20 days to go. And he told me he's interested in me and my CV. And from there, I joined this farm, and this is the farm I'm in right now. And when I got there, my wife, she had finished giving the baby the required breastfeed milk. I don't know how we call it. Weaning. We call it weaning in a doctor's language. But
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
yeah, but the baby has left the breast. So and you know the situation here without a wife. I pity for my brothers because I was once like you people. Uh so but they will, you will be okay also. So today
Mm.
I managed to convince my boss. It's not a request, but it's like conning. Everywhere you are, you need to always con people around you. I think also, John, you're my witness when we met in the Ugandan Matters Day.
Oh
I
yeah, yeah.
was so much open and close to you. It's my first time meeting you, but my first impression mattered a lot because we really shared. You see, I'm active. You're active. You much impressed to know who is me, and
True.
that's
Yeah.
how I do my thing. So when I got close to my boss, to be honest, was conning. I have someone in Uganda. She's like this and this. Before I finish talking, already I have the phone. I'm showing photos. You see, she has been in a pig. These people, they don't like much documents than the videos. Like they like to see you live. What are you doing? And so I showed the person I was showing was my wife.
Mm.
And for a good chance, the guy took the corny very well. Like you dating someone and you don't have to miss. So unfortunately, the guy said, "Yeah, you can bring this person. I think she's fit for a farm." So my wife is here. She came through that, and again we are together. However much she was patient when I'm here and when I'm in Israel, but today we are staying together. And of course, I have to thank God about this. And today,
Interesting.
yeah,
Let's just have a short little commercial break, and then we shall have to join again Mr. Aggrey. Well,
yeah,
we're looking at his day-to-day life when he's
yeah,
working in the agricultural, I mean, in the livestock farms in
yeah.
Denmark. But for now, let's just have a little commercial break, and then we see how we are rolling it with Dr. Aggrey. And
Yeah.
people online actually will really do appreciate. People are really so inspired with your story. Hey, there's one saying, Chitu Funyo, I like your submissions uh, because your success is based on reality and reasons. Yes, actually, really, people are so much impressed with your story. It's quite inspirational. But let's go into some little commercial break, and then we shall take it from there as we look at Dr. Aggrey's life while he's in the livestock farms.
of Uganda is an institute designed to prepare students for rewarding careers in the vibrant hospitality industry. Copenhagen International Institute of Catering and Hotel Management is here to provide a solid foundation for Ugandans in catering, hotel management, knowledge and skills required to excel in various hospitality sectors. Our courses are designed by industry professionals to ensure that students learn from the best to create well-rounded graduates. We offer practical training and internships to students using state-of-the-art equipment which is used all over the world to prepare our learners for jobs both locally and internationally. We are located in Kisasi on Bahai Road, 8.7 kilometers from Kampala city center. Copenhagen International Institute of Catering and Hotel Management.
Yes, that's a Copenhagen Institution on Management. It's really some good institution in Kisasi, but the CEO is one, Wajala Joseph, who really was inspired with the Copenhagen Hotel and Management Institution, which is here in Copenhagen, Denmark, in Valby. And then he transferred the knowledge from here, and then he took it back home in Uganda, where he's providing education. He's empowering, our own with education, and not only that, also a source of employment. Yes, Uganda, we are having crisis of employment. So when we see people in the diaspora trying to be inspirational and then trying to create jobs, it's really a plus to us. And when we look at our topic of discussion, which is basically Diaspora Diaries, where we're looking at the life in the diaspora, life on the Danish livestock farms as an immigrant. And basically, we're looking at Buana Dr. Aggrey, who is riding us through his life challenges and, what at least he has attained in this short time he has stayed in Denmark. Who knows the knowledge he has acquired, he will also transfer it back to Uganda, and then he becomes more productive. So, for those who have just joined us, Please just keep alert, keep on sharing, and let your friends know that we're live on African Reports. And then we're just going into the Diaspora Diaries and our focal point today in the agriculture world. But once again, Dr. Aggrey, you're welcome, and it's quite inspirational. Your stories are really so magical, and they're quite interesting. Yes, for those who've just joined us, we're just looking at agriculture. You know, what I believe in is every farm has got a story, and every story has a face behind it. And today, we're just looking at Dr. Aggrey, an immigrant who has made ends meet in Denmark while working alongside, livestock and sharing his pivot moments, the struggles, had breakthroughs and everyday acts which are really unseen. But I guess by the end of our discussion, we would have gotten something as a takeaway so that we can also challenge ourselves and then make ends meet. Once again, you're welcome. So, Bwana Dr. Aggrey, ride
Yeah.
us through your day-to-day life. How is it like when you wake up in the morning?
Uh, my day-to-day life, Mr. Mogi, I can say is not, I can't call it good and I can't call it bad, but I can call it fair. In diaspora, you can't have that good life. We always have good life when you are in Uganda as a Msama, but here, I don't think it can be good, but it's fair.
Mhm.
But based on the kind of work I'm doing and the passion as an agriculturalist, then
Mhm.
it's best. Because to be honest, it's the work that I studied for professionally, and it's the work I'm doing in diaspora. What I studied theoretically in my country, in Uganda, I'm doing it practically. So it is a hands on experience.
Mhm.
For example, when I wake up in the morning, of course, I need to make my own meal pack. We call it meal pack. I don't know in
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
English how we call it. It's food pack in English,
Mm.
but in Danish stuff it's meal pack. So meal pack, some farms are providing meal packs, but my farm it's a different thing. Like we do our own meal pack, and of course you get to job as the must. You need to go by your
Yeah,
contract.
to the viewers, the mail pack is just the food you pack from your home, and then
Yeah,
just food you pack it from home, and then the
yeah,
one you're going to eat
yeah,
alongside your workplace.
yeah.
But
Because
prepared from home, the one you take
yeah,
to your workplace.
yeah. So this mail pack, I go with it from my house and go to work, and it's a must. Like I have to report at 7, and I have to leave at 3:45 in the evening. So from 7, it's always a work whereby it needs your leg to be standing. It's not an office that you're in the computer, then you ta 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 ta. But it's the hands-on experience. In farms, we don't sit, neither look, but we act. I don't know if you get my point. Like we don't
Mm.
always come in suits. Today I'm in suits, but these suits in farms they don't enter. We enter with boots, gumboots, and overalls and gloves and mask.
Basically, you go
So
with the farm gadgets.
yeah, but in the farm, because of biosecurity, all these are always in the farm. We have the dressing rooms and the shower rooms, like modern farms, and the
Mm.
farms in diaspora are mostly closed farms. They are not open farms like we have in our homes. So if I'm
Mm.
comparing this in here in diaspora and in Uganda, here we always have indoor farms, while in our country we have outdoor farms. So
Mm. True.
yeah, so when I get in the work, I have to report at 7, and if I report at 7:10, then I have to report to my bosses. In these countries, you need to be open and communicative. So you must be having a reason why you came at 7:10, but it is a must. You should report at 7 in case there is no nothing like it's disturbing you. So from 7, I enter in the system. You need to take off all the clothes you came with from home. Take a little bit of shower to some farms, but my farm, I don't like showering in the morning in the farm, so uh, I don't always care because I'm also going to work with pigs, and it's a little bit like when you get in, take all the clothes, leave them in the dressing room, take the farm clothes on, and get in and start the system. The system, I mean, like uh, some systems are automatic, some needs manual start, but the system is like the pigs how they eat. It's like they eat with they have feeds like come, not you carrying the food like our system back home, but they are feeding automatically with the chains. So your job is to make sure all the pigs have food and the chains have brought in food, and they have also water. And so as a doctor who was employed to do your job, you need to hold the medicine box and check for the bad pigs, like which are sick. And of course, you're trained to do this. So if you see a sick pig, you have to give an injection, and you need to take care of these pigs until evening you go home. So we always plan. I always plan my day like in the morning I'm feeding. So from 7 to 9, I just go for coffee time for 30 minutes. So coffee time is like pause. I take little coffee and talk to my boss what's the plan, what he thinks. And 30 minutes I'm sitting. And after these 30 minutes, I have to stand again. So people at home who plan to come or who wish to come and be like me, no, in this life there is no jokes. It's not a game, but it's a serious hustle. You always you only stand you only sit for 1 hour in a day and stand for 7 hours, because a day needs to be 8 hours. So it's like actually I stand for 8 hours, and the resting hour is the 9th hour.
Are you always under supervision?
These things based on experience. The more you come to experience, the lesser supervision you have and no cameras around you. So
Oh, yeah.
if you come from Uganda and you're a student, you need to learn every system, how it is running, because you will not teach yourself. So you need supervision, and they need to see how you do things. But after they see like you get up with the system, then they will
Mm.
leave you. They don't need to supervise you because they have other works to do. You just need to do the work that brought you to work and go back home. And this is what I'm doing. I do feeding in the morning, I do medicine in the afternoon, and in the evening, I found myself like I do a lot of repair. You know, in Europe, you find systems, you studied to be a doctor, but you find yourself a mechanic. So yeah, so I'm doing a little bit of repair in the farm because I work around in this farm, and it's a farm of I have 5,000 piglets I take care of, and you need to plan the day, you need to do the exports, you need to sell these pigs, you need to receive new ones. So it's like a job whereby I love to do it, and I don't complain. I don't feel like I should quit farms and go to other jobs. And good thing here, we all receive like averagely same salary if we're going to calculate each other. So it's better you do your profession and you do your passion. And that's how I end my day always, like inside the farms, and I do a lot of treating. That is, and the day ends in style, and the process continues. I always have some off weekends, and these are the weekends I use to drive to Copenhagen to check on the my people. As the chairman, Copenhagen Connect.ug, I have a lot of friends around Copenhagen and around Denmark, and these people needs, we meet, we share to each other, and we do all kind of stuff together. So in pig farm, you have that time like all other Danish workers. The working condition can really meet your time, And also, when I come from work at 3:45, I have to come in the house, shower very fast because during the week I have a Danish school or language school, which I'm going at school with my wife. So
Mm.
on Tuesday and Thursday, we need to go at school, and school starts at 5 in the evening. And remember, you came from work at 3:45, so you shower, take some tea or coffee, and run to the school until 7:30 in the night, in the evening. And when you come back, you need to speak to the little daughter and the family you left home, and you eat something, talk to your wife, and look some news. These days Uganda is much with politics, so you need to watch some news. I love my country, Uganda, and I'm totally patriotic. I
Mm.
always want to see what is taking place back in my country or around the world.
Mm.
So when I see the news, then I'm going to bed after this, and that's how I make my day.
It's quite interesting. Mr. Aggrey, you've talked about the Danish classes. One of the most challenging issue when it comes to we, the immigrants, is the language itself. I don't know when it comes to the areas in the farms there, do you actually also face these challenges of the language? Then, in any case, because you've tried to, to air it out that you mostly work alone, is there
Yeah.
at any moment you feel that language is also an issue when it comes to you, just in case it is?
Yeah,
What's your take? Was it so much challenging?
it's you can't tell when it will challenge you, but in Denmark you can't stay in one place. Like, life is so sweet, you'll move from farm and go to the shop, and when you get the shop, you find something you love to buy or to eat, like chicken. The type of
Mm.
chicken, you'll not understand it because the label is in a Danish.
English, yeah. Mm.
And also, you're boarding a bus or a train, you find the people, you don't understand each other, and you want to hear what they are talking.
Yeah. Mm.
So language, I think, is more important in Denmark. If you're here and you have a little bit of time, like you have a 4 years contract, I think it's good to also learn Danish, because like in my workplace, a person who employed me, the owner of the company, doesn't speak any kind of English. And
Wow.
when I go take coffee, however much I work alone inside, but the meeting place, we meet both of us, people from the field, people from the farm, people from the garage. We all meet in one place for coffee, and they are all Danes, but they don't know English. But we need to talk. I need to communicate to them. And so I face much challenge when I don't know the Danish words. So I found myself like I have to go to school to read Danish. Also, when they are sending you the payslip, it is in
Mm.
Danish.
Mm.
And then this payslip, you will not understand it unless you translate it. And sometimes you need to, and you translate, but you're not getting the right translation. So I think it's better when someone studies Danish. And also, like me, I see my family is based in Europe. I have a wife here, I have a child who is maybe coming or not. But I think I need to learn Danish so that my future can be lighter than as it is today. But
And aligning that to also one of the challenges you encountered, was it also an issue when it came to when you were in Israel? Were you also, was it more like a must that you had also to express yourself in their language?
yeah, every country here likes its language. Like also our Uganda, you find the Katikiro wants Luganda to be like. So it's like also we Banyanko. Every tribe likes its language. Israel was
Mm.
much of Hebrew, and actually, because I was promised by the farmer that I will stay, I had started the Hebrew classes. So when I was doing this, but it was my wish, and the guy. the bosses were also speaking Hebrew, not English. So I had to be friends to them so that I stay. And I con them using little words of Hebrew. But
Mm.
unfortunately, the jackpot could not pass through, and I had to be thrown out of Israel. But when I left, I had started learning Hebrew, and now I'm in Denmark. I accepted if I need something more better than I am, I have to start Danish. Maybe when also Denmark fail, I'm going to German, and then they will tell me also learn the Dutch. So I don't know how life will end with learning the language, but to me, I have started again from the from the Hebrew to the Danish, and from Africa. I came to Kampala as a Hasora, and I learned Luganda too. I speak very, very good Luganda. And now I
Mm.
came to Europe. I'm learning Danish. And remember, when I'm in Kampala, I tried to make business with people from Congo, Kenya. So also Kiswahili was on my hand. I had to learn a little Kiswahili. So you see, my head with languages, I don't know how I'm going to end, but I have to survive for the fittest.
Yes, online, we're really appreciating people who are online. And there's a question for you here. It's from WhatsApp. They're asking, yes, doctor, they're saying, how has migrating to Denmark shaped your perspective on farming and community at large?
Yeah, that is a very, very good question. Coming to Denmark, in Israel, I was much indoors, from farm to bed, bed to farm to
Mm.
school, school to farm. It was not like in Denmark. When I got in Denmark, I came matching people, and this is the type of a person I am. If you close me inside the house a full day and I'm free, just know I'm sick, or I just like people, and that's my nature. And I like to be with people where they are. Even I like tell the people viewing this, please don't miss the independence. The chairman will be there, and I hope we have the best fun on that Independence Day on the 25th of this
Mm.
month, Saturday. So I confirm here that I'll be there. So my farming perspectives
Mm.
improved highly because I had already passion that I had not satisfied in Israel. Because in Israel, I worked in vegetable and dairy cows, and I got also a diploma in that agriculture. But in Denmark, I have improved my CV, like promoted my CV in my line
Mm.
of agriculture. For example, I have got the new medicine certificates from Denmark, which allows me work in the farms. They
Mm.
always give us the certificate, satisfy our documents that we are allowed to give the injections and use the medicines in the farms.
Mm.
And I have got the good recommendations and best recommendations from my former bosses. And in Denmark, I have managed to be transparent. The people I have met, made new friends, meet new people that are more important than me. And on this note, I want you to accept me uh, I take the opportunity to thank my friends here. I have friends who are viewing me, for example, people from the Embassy of Uganda,
Mm.
Madam Namara Justine, and we have other embassy staff together with our ambassador and the deputy. I really love these people because when we met, they showed me love as the Ugandan embassy. And we have one girl who is very brown, Madame Musimenta Gloria, the
Oh, yeah,
officer
yeah.
of migrations. If you need a passport and what, she's always there for us. These are the new people that have generated me life in Denmark, and I feel like I'm in heaven. They made me to be more like my network to go further.
They
Worsen
widen
people's,
your network,
yeah, they
basically. Yeah.
widen
Mm.
my network because when I go to Denmark, life seemed to be like not opening very fast. And actually, we should not always rush for life because I was in Olbo Aalborg is very far away from Copenhagen, if you know the distance.
I know. Yeah.
And I finished all this 1.5 year without knowing Copenhagen. I just last passed Copenhagen when I came to Denmark, and when I went for holiday, just airport, and I didn't know what is a central station and what is. And I am 100% sure I have many viewers here who are like
Sure.
me in that situation. Those are the people I'm telling to come on independence. Because me, I'm there to receive you, all the people in farms. I'm your chairman, you voted me in, and I'm there in Copenhagen on this day. Everyone who comes from there just tap in chairman, I'm here. So in this village, I became a chairman of a small group of people whom I found in Denmark. They have been wrong there, but I'm just good and flexible to them. And they empowered me. And one time they had organized the embassy stuff, and I went there. And this is how I came to connect to the embassy. And then the embassy now it made me know the Uganda Matters. And then Uganda Matters made me know Mr. John. And my network increases like every day. And people here who are watching me and you still in the house, when you get a free day, please at least use your bike to move outside and go to the shop, even though you don't have money, but just look people how they buy things and get in and out. You get inspired how people are carrying, how they are driving these cars. Because when I came here, I didn't have a dream of driving a car in Europe.
I think, Mr. Aggrey, we shall come back in different episodes because I think you have a full package of information.
Yeah.
We shall look at a topic connected to the power of networking, and then you also drive us into how you manage to acquire the driving license and its challenges you
That one.
encountered. Uh, but for
Driving
the people who
license.
are with us, it's always we always appreciate for your time you sacrifice to be with us live on African Reports. Yes, it's a platform where we deal with very many topics. We also deal with, we can go political, we can go edutainment, we can go into this Diaspora Diary stories, which are really inspirational. And today we're having Dr. Aggrey. Yes, Dr. Aggrey, in all you've said, employment is an issue here. People in the farms, I know the Africans, but then also we have a lot of people from the Eastern Europe and people from that side of the Asians. There are so many who are into the farms that side. Do you at some point also encounter unemployment? Not only you, but just widen now this in a broader perspective. Do you also encounter unemployment issues when it comes to the line of when it comes to farms? And then,
Yeah.
yes, how do you handle this?
Yeah.
Because at some
Thank you.
point in
Yeah.
our discussion, you try to hit on how you get challenges from people, say, for example, from Nepal,
Yeah.
people from the Arab world. So,
Yeah.
ride us through that line too.
Yeah. Thank you, Mr. John. About unemployment, it's really high among us we Ugandans who are here in diaspora, and actually we call upon for help. I don't know from who, but if you're here watching this live, no, we have many Ugandans in here struggling to look for jobs, to see how he can move from a farm to another job, or how he can find a farm to employ him, because we have a very high competition from people like Vietnamese and Nepal and the other people like Cambodia, Philippines. They are all working in farms, and Romanians and Ukrainians. Actually, Romanians and Ukrainians, they have a big network because they're in EU. But this problem is very big. It's very big for a chairman like me to handle now, because I share much with my fellow Ugandans here who came in the same process I came in, but it's beyond their level of understanding. It's like the government policies fighting over we Ugandans who came here. But we are still struggling high. That's why we are forming this kind of groups like CopenhagenConnect.ug. Please, if you're Ugandan there and you're not in this group, then you're in a lost world. If you're really in a farm and you need that is life, because I formed this group, Mr. Mogi, for a purpose of networking and connection through our farms. Because, for example, in my farm, if my boss needs a worker, I will not know that you want a job. But
True.
through this group, I come in and text, I need this and this, my boss is interested. Then you'll know, oh, in this farm, there is a better condition I can take over. But before I copied this from these other Ukrainian people and Romanian, they have a group whereby if you get a job in a farm, you'll just say, who knows about this farm? Is it good or bad? They will tell you, oh, that is a red flag farm. No Ukrainian is allowed to work there. But we Ugandans, we still have a problem of unemployment here after 18 months of work in Denmark. Then the salary needs to multiply by 2, and most farmers are trying to dodge this because it's too high. So many of us, we are facing this challenge of hitting another jackpot to get a work contract, because that's the purpose we came here. So we are looking for a way, how can we also be like other countries? But on that note, as we Ugandans in farms, we have tried to generate a very good name among the Danish farmers, and I want to inform you that we are winning according to the information that Ugandans, we have good language, communication, good English, and energetic. So we are very winning and we are much responsible. However, these people are also, you can't win 100%. At least win 2-1, 2-1 like Liverpool, Manu. These people, they are winning a little bit in speed,
Oh, yeah.
technicality speed, but they don't have good English and they don't have responsibility. For example, and they are not economical in their countries. I don't know, but they are not economical like Ugandans.
Oh,
Because
yeah.
in Uganda, you can't leave electricity in the house, the light on, and go to work. You will not leave water powering in the sink and go to sleep. That is responsibility I'm talking of in farms. For example, in the farm, and you open water and water will keep running the whole night, or you leave the bulbs on, that's all responsibility. So Ugandans, we are winning, but the big problem we have, no jobs for us, and we are looking for people who could connect us. Even
So, given the fact that it's a problem, is there any supportive system you're having? Case in point, is there any bodies that are helping? Is there any way Commune also is coming into? Have you
no,
tried to inquire?
it's not the common, but above it all, we need information, because, like me, for example, I faced this challenge and I went to a trade union called SLEF. And 3F is it's not a bad trade union. I can't demote people's business, but as Ugandans, still, as when you go to 3F, you're paying money and you came to look for money. But also, they know the challenge and they can't solve this challenge. They can't find us jobs. It's also beyond them. And as a student, we just need to hustle down the table, mobilize ourselves, find how we can maneuver to stay here. And now, in this voice, I'm speaking for over 200 students who are stranded as of right now, looking
Wow.
for what next, and they don't find it. And as I'm speaking right now, there are students in the plane going back to Uganda when life has failed, like I was going from Israel too. But you just need to keep strong. But we people, chairman, including the embassy now, we don't know about this. But Ugandans, we are bleeding inside our hearts, because you get disappointed when you want to stay here and they tell you time is finished and you don't have what next. But as the chairman, I encourage people, let's join the group and let's share much. Let's get network outside the Denmark. For example, when you finish working here as an intern, and you have a good recommendation from your boss, not now a diploma from Uganda, but a recommendation that
From
shows
here.
that you've been working good, then that is international working experience, and you can use this to go to Poland, to go to Germany, or to go to Norway.
Oh, yeah.
Through network. It's network because we have some guys who have been here and they're already in Canada. Some are here, they're already in Norway. Some are here, they're already in Germany. So we want to follow the lines in how they have used this. But our biggest problem that we as people in farms, we still lacking network and connection together, mobilization.
Mr. Aggrey, your specialty right now, is it in piggery, dairy, or poultry?
Right now I'm working in piggery farm,
Mm-hmm.
and I did poultry in Uganda. I did dairy in Israel, and I did vegetable in Israel. But all is agriculture, and I really love agriculture by passion. I don't care whether piggery or dairy, but I just like to be in farms.
Give us an overview when it comes to Denmark. Where do they really measure in when it comes to exports in terms of livestock? Are they Denmark in terms of export? Is it so much into dairy or they're into piggery?
In Denmark, the statistics shows that they are not dairy farmers, but Netherlands they are. Denmark specifically, they are piggery farmers. It's like coming to Mbarara, then you say goats and cows. Most people in Mbarara will produce cows, but they also have goats. But their interest is not in goats. So people in Denmark have cows, but few of them do this just for a purpose of even the milking. Then I don't think Denmark exports it exports milk, true, but they don't have all that interest in dairy than piggery. I think piggery is the cultural Uganda, like it's the cultural stuff in them. Yeah, they are much in piggery. Also, the piggery industry is much higher than the dairy, and the farms. If where you can find 10 pig farms in Denmark, you can find only one pig farm of dairy. So it's in
We've
a
been
ratio
talking
of 10
about
to 1.
We've been talking about you've been talking about the unemployment issue. Would we say that technology and then has really done injustice to you when it comes to that line? Case in point, if you look at that video there, when it comes to
Uh,
milking, we are seeing Dr. Aggrey using his hands back in Uganda where there's a lot of employment. So the
yeah.
coming of robots like this, do they do injustice to you when it comes to
Yeah.
unemployment in the
Yeah,
farms?
it's true. Technology here is good for them, but it's bad for Ugandans who want green pasture. But again, on a larger scale, technology is the best key to go. Uh, to me, the
Mm,
the farm I run right now, it's the farm of 6,000 piglets. I'm specifically in Klima department, whereby I do fattening, take care of these piglets from 7 kilo up to 30 kilo
mm,
in 1 month. So it's it's like those 5,000 piglets. If you don't have the machines running them, then you will need 200 men to work in this farm
to
for
handle that.
on. Yeah, so one person is taking care of them because of the machines, and the pig shit will take itself, and it's computer. So this technology causes high levels of unemployment, but this problem is on a large scale, not only in Denmark but in the world. It has really reduced a lot of it has made unemployment. But for our case, we need to like the unemployment we have, it's within us. No connection that is enough because we are not networked enough, and people also don't come for like events to meet each other and talk what is on the ground. We lack information. But if we have information in agriculture and have our government also negotiating with the government of Denmark about how Ugandans can live better or work better in Denmark, because I'm not saying however much we don't have jobs, but we still need more guys to board the plane to come to Denmark from agricultural schools. We need the slots. It's also better like I come as a student.
Yeah,
In
yeah, yeah.
18 months, I have earned something. If they don't give me the job and go back home, then my brother comes, and my brother comes, and then the muzukuru. I think this can also develop our country, because as a student or as an internship in Denmark, you will earn something, you will earn a living. Life can't stay the same for these 18 months. At least you'll go home with the least money you've earned after paying all the debts and it. You'll stay with 30 million and above when when you're going back home after 18 months. So it's also money. We don't judge the Danish people that they are not giving us jobs, but
Mm-hmm.
this problem is not for only Ugandans, but is crossing also to other competitors of ours like Vietnamese and what. It's the general problem. Like the Danish government want to remove the labor pressure on their people in the EU, so they make the foreign workers' salary to be a little bit higher than the salary for the usual people here. But how we finish this is to keep work hard, keep connected, so that in case of any little leakage, any little chance, a Ugandan is already there. And actually, boys are doing this for the information I have. We are really trying. At least every day you hear someone is crossing from this farm to this farm. However,
Mm-hmm.
others are going, but then I can call it bad luck or good luck in return. Because you might live here, go to Uganda, and start up the farm we are looking here. And actually, I'm also thinking of the same passion. In case of anything, and I go back home, I'm starting the skills I have in my head. I need to apply them on the land of Uganda. So,
How far are you certain with the diaspora desk in back in Uganda? Is there any way your issues are being echoed back home?
well, for the diaspora desk in Uganda, IOMU, I would like to send my greetings to Miss Tina Biaruhanga. She's the diaspora desk consultant. And that is the work of the embassy that they are doing. They have really tried to connect us. But before we didn't know these things. But as a chairman, last time I presented on the diaspora desk. And we are in touch of mobilization. We need more opportunities. We need more to connect with the government of Uganda so that the people who have come here for 18 months, in case they lack a chance, still when they go home, they are also considered to at least go and be the model farmers of our country if they are funded or if they are helped to develop their skills back home. But the big problem we have been with is like when life stops here, you get your country and again life stops times two. And then you go to a miserable life again. But now the diaspora desk has now put the IOM, and it's doing a good job because they are trying to mobilize us. We are talking in the meetings. I think we need to have more events with them so that we understand each other and see the way forward. And also, we have one member I have not talked about called Mr. Ntende Peter. He's also
Mm-hmm.
trying to show us a very, very big light because remember we had, like in Stockholm, he gave us a platform. Mr. Mugi, I can't fail to thank you and thank you again because for this platform,
Yeah.
if you didn't put up the platform so that we talk about agriculture, people in Uganda will not see this. And when we go to back home, people like with farms like Muhammad Kachika, Dr. Kabshenga, they will not recognize us. And we have skills, but we are sleeping on our skills. And we need to express our skills. So this is where we need much mobilization together with our embassy, which is very lovely and it's doing good job in Copenhagen. so that we can get something out of us after we leave this country, because we came here for green pasture. After we get money, let's find the true ways of how we can safeguard our money and develop it.
Wow, what a submission! And I just love the story. You know, your story is so much inspirational and it's never ending. Like I
Yeah.
said, every area you touch on, we would love to get more and more and more. You're a man of your word. Someone has already stated it somewhere in the comment, and in the comment section, they're really so appreciative on the way you're really giving us words of wisdom. Away from that, there was one little thing I wanted to know. What's the correlation between, you know, the cattle and the horses when it comes to the farm? Because most of the farms, it's
Yeah.
funny that I'm also seeing some horses there. Is there any correlation between the two?
Yeah, you can horses, like in Denmark, not in Denmark, but in Europe, if you are to do the job, you need to have a previous experience. However, horses are in our line of agriculture, and if I'm to get a job there, then they can kickstart me because they just need my previous experience and everything. But
Mm.
a horse is falling a little bit in a, a prestigious farm. Not
Okay, I
they
get it.
keep them purposely for prestige, and people in horses, I can call it, is a little bit a white collar job.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
A horse kind of feeding, because it's very hard to find a horse with 1,000 horses in
Oh, true.
Denmark.
Yeah.
But you'll find a farm, like we said, of technology, a farm of horses with 100 horses, but the chain feeds them automatically, even no one there, and they can always meet people on the special events. And so it means there is no job for a person like me who needs a full-time job.
Do you still
Horses,
miss?
most
Do you still miss Ugandan food?
a lot. Me with Ugandan food, even today I'm from eating matoke, and I'm taking bushera. I have some bushera besides me, and the food here, I have eaten chicken and chicken wings and pork, but I think Ugandan food is still always on the side. You know, with matoke, I always like to come to Copenhagen because of matoke.
Last but not least, Mr. Aggrey, we're in the dark times. The weather is not the best. We're heading to the actual winter. In
Yeah.
the farms, in the farm experience, what is it like when it comes to winter? And then lastly, how do you manage? And then how are those animals, how are they handled? Like, for
Uh,
example, I've seen
yeah,
horses, they tend to have jackets.
yeah.
They tend to have jackets in the winter. What happens when it comes to animals? Do they stay indoor? Uh, just
Yeah,
write us through that
like I've
again.
said, I think winter will affect you according to the distance you have from your home to farm, because most of us came to Denmark, but we don't drive, we don't have our own cars, and our farmers, some of them don't have cars to give us, like we can drive to work. So many of us Ugandans, over 500 Ugandans who are here, 300 of them are using bikes to work. So maybe if you have like a 3 5 kilometers from your home to the workplace, and
Hmm.
you imagine it is snow and it is dark, you're on the bike, Sukra, cycling, you will reach at the workplace when you feel like, why did I come to this country? Because of the winter, you find.
Hmm. Hmm.
However, if you be patient and pray to God and buy a car and be like me, so if you buy a car, life is a little bit better. But when you get to a workplace like this, like I have told you, our farms are indoors. We have here two kinds of pig farms, but the other ones are not rare. They are
Hmm.
called the range farms. Like pigs can eat in the farms outside, and they have small houses. They can go in and have, and these houses have some heaters also.
Yeah,
So most of the pigs here, they are indoors. They don't eat in the field. That it's the pig farms, the big house like the church. the big church. Let's call it a big church. But in
Mm,
this church, they are called paddocks. Paddocks and the system for food and where the pigs can stay, where they can shit, where they can sleep. And the
mm.
water and food are inside. Also the lights and the heaters. So if you are in the pig farm, actually it's much comfortable than being in your own house because the pig farm is warmer than the house maybe you're staying in because it's always favorable for the pigs to grow fast. So they have to be with that normal temperature like of a human being. But where the
Mm.
big problem is going to workplace and coming from workplace, this is where winter comes in, and then going to a language school. Because you need to go to language school to shop and workplace on this bike and it is winter. So this is where you can record that Uganda is the best country to live in with weather.
Then what's now the challenge when it comes to the animals you're taking care of?
The challenge of winter and summer, they always react towards the temperatures in the stable. But as I've told you, the stables are automatic and they are
Mm.
computerized. The ventilation will run according to how the weather is feeling outside. So, for
Mr.
example,
Mr. Aggrey, you've talked about the transport itself. How is it possible you can, for example, there we can see you, you are
yeah,
riding, you're driving the
yeah,
tractors.
yeah.
Did you get a license to drive them before
When
acquiring the
you
driving license?
it's always advisable when you're growing old. There are some things you need to put on your tips if you're growing old and you want to be rich. For example, a national ID, a Ugandan passport, and a driving license. For
Mm-hmm.
any Ugandan citizen, whether you're poor or rich, you need to always have those things. I tell my friends, if you
Mm.
don't have those three, then life might be a little bit
Challenging.
tactic. Yeah,
Mm.
tactic in future. So when I went to Israel, I got my driving license in Form 3. When I just came to Kampala at the Paradise, then I started border. I
Mm.
managed to get money for a license. So when I got to Israel, I showed my boss. He asked me, "Who know how to drive this?" I say, "Me." But the truth is, I knew how to drive a manual car, not a tractor. So I sat on the thing, and instead of going in front, I went backwards. He said, "No, no, no, no." I say, "Oh, sorry, sorry." So he showed me, "You need to do this, do this." Then because I have this,
Mm.
and from that day, I was better than all the team members, and now I was like a team leader because I know how to drive the tractor. And then coming to Denmark, I also have a license from Uganda. This is Denmark. So you always find a farm in different sectors. Like
Mm.
one farm is you'll find one owner owns a farm, but on different sites. So
That's
if you are
right.
in the farm, you need to use the tractor from this farm to another because the clothes you use in the farm, you don't need to mix them with outside clothes. But this tractor is for farm, it doesn't go in the city or what, you just use it in. So this is why I was driving a tractor to leave this farm and go to check another farm.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
Wow, it's what an experience from Dr. Aggrey. Just wanted to say thank you, whoever is has been with us in our our journey as we're getting these inspirations and the words of wisdom from Dr. Aggrey. I guess from
yeah,
whatever he has said, you've picked something, and I believe he has left a lot untouched. I've been trying a little bit interactive in this story because of the time element. This is one of the stories I've not engaged so much. We've gone past our normal time. It's just because we're picking a lot of words of wisdom from him. But then again, I think we shall be getting another episode of Mr. Aggrey, and then we shall also be looking at the network aspect, and then we shall look at how he managed to get the challenge of getting the driving license of Denmark here, or maybe Israel. because he has another interesting episode when it comes to that. But for now, those people online, we really do appreciate it. Just keep on subscribing, and then we shall be having the last parting shots from Mr. Aggrey. So, Mr. Aggrey, just give us your parting shots, and then we call it a wrap. And probably we meet on Saturday and to see more of this. So, Mr., just give us your parting shots and your regards to whoever you feel like, and then we call it a wrap.
Yeah. So thank you very much, the viewers. I'm Dr. Gray. I'm chairman. I still take all the names you gave me. I'm Mchigaman in Bulaya. I'm an agriculturalist. That is my wife I'm working with. You see how she can carry pig and go. My first regards go to my wife, whom I'm sitting with here. And I like to say simple things like you guys who are watching me and the guys who are in Uganda. How can I phrase it? You know, my English is a farm English. It's very, very much broken. But let's keep together and let's keep love because without love, you can't reach this destination.
That's
Trust
true.
me, to be honest. The people I have met and how I approach them, your first inspiration matters. Let's always be patient and let's not be like kuchamuka. Let's not
Oh, yeah,
be
yeah, yeah.
geared. Let's always reduce the gears if you are in the working condition, workplace here. Let's always be patient. Let's not hurry to decide because, for example, I have a little experience of like our salary here, how it runs. It will come on Friday, and on Monday, you check in your bank account, you see zero balance. Then you ask yourself, what's up? It comes very easy, but it is running like water. So, guys, let's say learn how to economize. Life here can't end because you when you receive the salary, also these people gave us money and they want to return it back to them. You receive a salary today on Friday, you'll receive an email from powered.dk. This TV, which this iPhone, which has been at 13,000, now it is at 9,000. Hot deal, Black Friday. So you'll find yourself having three iPhone and three Samsungs if you're not, and you find yourself having three TVs in the house because things here seem they know how to target us. And you know, we in Uganda we like hot deals, hot
For
cake.
sure.
So I encourage you guys watching me. I have been here for 3 years and I've been in Israel for 1 year. But in the beginning, I said the money I worked in Israel in 1 year, I have failed to raise this money in 3 years. I have
In the
worked in Denmark. Reason being, in Denmark, life seems to be much easier and happy, but also the pocket is running dry. So I encourage you guys, let's try to connect, network. We meet the right people. We join the financial investments. Like Intended Peter has some hot program for us. Let's keep in touch with those people that can lead us to our destination. Otherwise, I will send my regards to the ambassador and his team, Ugandan Embassy. I send my regards to Migration Officer, Madam Gloria. Also, I have Owakubejira team and Owakubejira Circle. It's Owakubejira means like who can Kubejira, I don't know who can I don't know how I can say this. Owakubejira is I don't know in Uganda how to phrase this also. Owakubejira is a Runyankole and Ruganda name. Kubegera. Akubegera. So
Okay.
it's a good circle we have tried to manage ourselves like in future investors. Actually, we are future investors of Uganda. And I want to salute the big up the boys. They are actually the boys who gave me the name chairman because I'm the chairman on the team. And we are saving money together, trying to see a future Uganda and investing back in our country. So I salute them. And then I salute the bigger group, the Copenhagen Connect.ug. Thank you guys for calling me your chairman. I'm here. I salute the Ugandans in Biak, Olbo team. I salute you guys. Thank you for empowering me. I salute my Diaspora Diaries family. Thank you, people. I salute the Farmers Forum. I'm there for you. And I salute all the members who are present from Saudi Arabia, from Dubai. I salute you. So my regards won't end. I will just say bye-bye, and I wish everything
As you
to...
end, just share your social media handles, and then I will call it a wrap.
So my social media handles, guys who are here and listening to me, I use Kingston Aggrey on Facebook. That is Kingston Aggrey, and I use Dr. Aggrey on TikTok, and I also have a media hand on Facebook called Ugandans Together in Denmark. If you can follow me and like me for more details about agriculture. I like much people that have passion in agriculture, both old and young, because I always John, what I've forgotten to tell you people, like, we are in Europe, but I have got a chance to meet people who have been here for over 30 years and people who are old. I'm 30 years old, and people who are 70 years also. They are all running to go in agriculture. People who are retirement are coming in agriculture. So we as young people with this professionality here and skills, I think we are in the hot cake. So let's handle this line very well. Anyone passionately about agriculture, you're free to consult me and we talk more about agriculture. And I welcome your desires also, your ideas about what you wish we can generate. I just like good-hearted people. Thank you very much. Best regards.
Yes, that's a wrap for tonight. And yes, we stepped into the Danish livestock farms, seen in his routine, and then, had a lot of challenges he has at least shared. He has showed us some bit of resilience and the action through which Dr. Aggrey has really done a recommendable story for us, and how at least he has maneuvered to encounter these challenges. But I believe for those who have been with us, we've at least picked something which we can always share. So just an encouragement to everyone. Yes, it's just always come to us to come, and then you can always also share your story. You never know who is going to be inspired, because now we're living in countries like this where people are depressed. Your story can be an awakening up a story, or a focal point for someone to wake up, and then at least they find themselves through your story. So let's keep on sharing our stories. And then if you have a platform where you can share, please go and share your story. You never know the hearts of people you're touching. And last but not least, I'll just thank people who have been with us online. You're always doing a tremendous work. And then keep on subscribing on our YouTube channel. It's Afroden Reports. You can also go on our Facebook page. It's also called Afroden Reports. And just keep on the discussion flow. But it's been Dr. Aggrey, and then we shall be having him very soon with another episode, because he's another package when it comes to stories. And stories like this are so inspirational. For now, I've been AKA Smoggy. Just a reminder that this coming Saturday, Ugandans in Denmark, they'll be celebrating their independence party. And they, like they said, it's not political, but come, we honor our past as we embrace our way we are living here in Denmark. So come join us. We have fun. Everything is free food, free drinks, and then free music, dance, a lot of activities that are going to be there on the 25th. But for now, I stay your boy, aka Smoggy, has been the host, and with Dr. Aggrey, the guest. We shall be coming back into another interlude next time. Goodbye for now, and have a great night.
Yeah.
kusiima eri abalina emitima egirumirirwa ekigambo okuyamba ate okizanyisa bangi babeera n'obusobozi n'ekibalema okukola